My name's Jake, for those of you that don't know me. I wanted to make a few videos of kind of the process that I'm thinking, and something that I can look back onto and analyze and go through, maybe build better thoughts and expressions. These are just simple opinions and things that I just can't get through without speaking. So, figure this is the easiest way. I can go back, analyze my body language, my speech patterns, my thought patterns, see when I'm branching off, take notes. How better to take notes on your life when it's you into it? And maybe I'll help somebody in the process. Hopefully I can create a following that will help people, will help them get over their day-to-day anxieties, which is a whole other can of beans that I really don't want to talk about right now. What I do want to kind of get off my chest is I was thinking about yin and yang. You have the circle that's bisected by two identical entities, each one with a separate color, with a circle of the opposite color inside. And it was that opposite color inside that really got me thinking about it. And yin and yang are a whole. There are simply four pieces to this whole. And each piece is equally important, regardless of its size. Its size is simply a representation, not a direct relationship. So each part has the opposite color. So light has dark at its core. How can you be good without a reference? How can you be pious or moral, ethical, without understanding the dark? And then how can you be truly evil without understanding the light? And you only understand those pieces when you actually have it as a part of yourself, or understand it as a part of yourself. So the light. Let's go ahead and use my life as a reference. Something I have. I want to be better. I want to be less angry. I want to be calmer. I want to bring that calm with me to those around me. I don't want to just be able to come up with some random quick quips that's going to impress everybody. I want to be able to walk into a room and bring the anxiety down along with my own. And I consider that the light. But my life has a lot of darkness in it. I have a lot of anger. I have a lot of resentments. I have a lot of regrets. And so at this core of darkness, I have a reference of, okay, I know what dark is. I don't want to be that. And it's a choice. It is a conscious choice. Every second of every day. You may not realize it, but it is a conscious choice. And so, but that's only half the whole. You can't only be pure light and completely selfless unless you're somebody, for instance, Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, Buddha, these enlightened people who have dedicated their lives to this light, for they already know darkness. They're around it every day, and they are the ray of light. But unfortunately, I don't want a life of selflessness. Well, unfortunately is a bad word. Don't know what the word is. That's not a life for me. Not a pure life of selflessness. I want some comforts. I want, a family. I want to continue my thinking, my generation I want to teach my children. So I have a dark side. And this dark side, this dark half, is the one that it not only tells me to do evil, and I've stayed away from evil for a reason. Dark is not evil. Dark is primal. Dark is animalistic. It is the fight or flight. It is when the light breaks down, all you have left is that dark. But instead of just having nothing but darkness, you have that little point of light that can bring you out of this darkness to make you this whole again. And every day I strive against that. Unfortunately, right now my cup's a little full of dark. I get really anxious and triggered and can't have my back to anything open, don't even want to be touched, and all that. And it's just simple managing of the anxiety, managing of my darkness, realizing that I'm safe so that the light can balance my dark, and I can bring stability and peace to my life, not just to me. When someone says bringing something into their life, it's not just bringing into that person. It's bringing into that person's community, the people around them, things around them, the animals around them. And a lot of people don't understand that, I think. I think a lot of people believe that it's too personal. People have gotten too single community, and they're not open to extensions of family, such as my dog. People see them more as a possession. My dog is an extension of me. It is she, he. I don't know why I'm saying it. She is a literal, like my arm is. And it's an unconscious bond. I feel where she is, around the trailer, out in the woods. I can, with some reasonable accuracy, say 9 times out of 10, can point her straight out, even when she's not seen. I just know, I sense it, I feel her. And so, I believe people are searching for that bond, but they're forcing it. They're forcing this thing that they want because they don't want to take the time to create it. This bond is not easily made. It is cultivated with trust, stability. She knows that no matter what happens, she can come to Dad and I will make it okay. And too many people don't have that bond. They see their dog as a possession. Oh, look, he can go fetch. And they don't do their research into them. They end up, playing with their food, and the dog starts to get a fucking disorder, and people don't realize that they're creating a disorder in their dog. They just see it as funny. But they don't realize that the dog is a living, breathing, thinking, feeling. And so, if you wouldn't do it to yourself, don't do it to something else. But, look at Trump, dude. Tool bag. But, that does bring up another point that I've really been pondering. Oh, hold on a second. I have to wear the hat because I got too many shines coming off the dome. So, it's just some interpersonal relationships. Too many people take a micro relationship and try to make it meaningful. Because they're searching for a stable, healthy, two-way relationship. But unfortunately, It's like trying to run before you even grown legs. You're just flapping around. Uh, well, yeah, that's a tangent for another day. That's a half thought. But I do have a story. I was talking to a guy at the dog park, and this whole covered California crap, universal health care, yeah, like that's going to work in this society. He was complaining that it takes half an hour to an hour to get a hold of his provider because of just sheer number of inundation of people. And he was starting to get low on meds. He really had a problem with his shoulder, and he needed to be seen. So I asked him, how long have you been waiting to call? This is a week. So instead of taking an hour out of your day, like sitting here at the dog park, you are waiting a week. So let's put this in perspective. You have 3 orders, A, B, and C. In A, you can wait and not get help and let your problem continue. Because you don't want to wait that hour on the phone. Or C, you can call now, take an hour out of your day that you're already not doing anything, and get your situation solved. And he goes, well, what was B? Shit. I forgot what B was. I forgot there was a B. Do you want to know what's behind door number B? Yes, I do. I said, Apple. He's like, what the fuck does Apple have to do with it? Nothing. Apple has nothing to do with it. You have really 2 choices and then insanity. Choose one. And I was like, you have an hour here. Let your dog play while you call. You got a notepad? So, picks up the phone and calls it. Now, Apple. Some of you will get that, some of you won't. Oh, Jesus. But I was really... forgiveness. That's the other one. Forgiveness. That's a tough one. Much as the road to hell is paved with good intentions, forgiveness has as many steps as the road to hell does. And just simply standing on the road to forgiveness does not mean you've achieved it. I find in society too many people say, oh yeah, I forgive them, but I never want to see them again, never want to talk to them, they're so unhealthy for me. Whoa. That's not forgiveness. That is the first couple of steps. You've acknowledged that there's been hurt and pain. But you have such a vehement reaction to it. Forgiveness does not breed any kind of resentment or anger or fear. It breeds peace. It's the harbinger, torchbearer of peace. It is what brings you towards it. And that's the only thing you should feel. You shouldn't feel hate or anger when you think of these people. You forgave them. You should feel love. So much as my father, see that shine right there, that. Oh shit! Look at that! You getting any lens flares? Sorry, blowing off anxiety. So, my father. I've recently surpassed his age that he has lived to. He committed suicide when I was 10. And for the longest time I believed that my mom and my brother were really fucked up, but I was fine. No, I wasn't. And then I started to realize or think that if either of us were alive, one of us would be in jail or dead. So I said, and believed for the longest time. But then, after I snapped and started realizing my place, not only in the world, but in my life, in my lifespan, I'm only a third of the way through. I got a lot of time, barring any accidents or anything like that. But why, ponder that? Why not, plan on having a long, happy life? So I snapped, and I really started to think about mom and dad and the things that have happened to them in their lives. And granted, I didn't have the easiest childhood, but I did have a good one, if unstable, but that was the nature of the beast. But I had a better childhood than my parents did. So that is truly saying something, that my parents did try to learn from their mistakes, from their parents' mistakes. But we're all human. How can you blame somebody that you didn't have a perfect childhood because they were doing the best they could? It seems almost insanity to expect parents to give you the perfect childhood. Because it really does. The biggest key to a perfect childhood is your perception of it. Perception is reality. What you see, think, and feel is your reality. But you're only absorbing all of this input, and it's being filtered before it gets to you. So what you believe and what your opinion of the situation is colors your reality. So my parents knew that what happened to them as children was bad, which colored their reality, and they thought that because our childhood wasn't as bad as theirs, that game, they thought they were doing a good job. And they did. They did a great job for what they could do. How can you blame somebody for being mentally abused and ill? And so, once I reached his age, and the night he died, it really put something in perspective for me. He did the best he could. And yes, he was troubled, but I'm not going to hold that against him. He was a good man. He is a good man. He will always be a good man. He had darkness, just like me. So if he is an evil man, and he has darkness, am I an evil man because I have darkness and regrets? So, I don't want to be evil. I know I'm not evil. I know I'm not dark. And I know I can overcome it. So my father was a good man, and I forgive him for what he's done. I forgive him for his trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And so it really brought a sense of peace to me to think that. I'm still working with the resentment of him committing suicide and leaving. Now I don't get that father-son experience that most of my guy friends and some of my female friends have their dads. But he taught me a lot, now that I really think about it. And it was closer to life lessons instead of individual lessons. He taught me that it's okay to be sick, and it's okay to get help. He just chose not to. His disorder was a lot worse than mine. But I can't fault him. I can't be angry. I can't. I mentally cannot be angry right now with him, ever. He just made mistakes. We're human. If we're all expected to be perfect, we're going to hold a lot of anger and a lot of disappointment. So the only thing I can do is tell my children about him, that he was a good man, and that he did have problems, but those problems are forgiven because he's human. We're all human. And it just drives me nuts, dude, to watch so much hate and intolerance in the news and society and the world around me. People are holding on to these resentments, thinking that they're forgiving. I mean, I'm only on, step 5? There's 1,000 steps to forgiveness. So I have a long way to go. But doing more introspection, doing more really self-accountability and self-inventory. AA has a lot of really good points to it, but I don't agree with the rigidity of it. I don't agree with, you're sick, you will always be sick, there's nothing you can do. That just seems crazy to me. You're always going to be sick, you're never going to get better, you cannot change. Once an addict, always an addict? No. I've noticed that with certain pills, my craving goes away completely. So, my addiction is rooted in my disorder. I control my disorder, I control my addiction. I mean, it's a simple math equation. A plus B equals C. But too many people focus on the negative side. Too many people have told me that I'm going to fail. And everybody says that. Everybody says I'm going to fail. No, I've had a lot of, well, no, are you sure you can do it, Jake? Not necessarily negativity, but uncertainty and a lack of trust. And the only way to build that trust is to do it when they say no. And you go, look, see what I did? You don't say, look, see, I told you. Yeah, stop pointing that finger. You say, look what I did. I'm proud. And through your pride, they will be proud. Because now you're not yelling at them. You're not doing anything. You just go, look what I did. Yay, I'm happy. And that's it. You don't look at them and go, see, how childish is that? I want to be more enlightened. I love this song. But let's say you get cut off in traffic. Instead of getting angry and road raging, or even just kind of passive, oh my God, you realize that person has a disorder because he's being dangerous with a 4,000-pound death machine flying at 70 miles per hour. I don't even want to calculate that kind of inertia. If they're willing to be that dangerous and wanton and speaks something completely different than just being a bitch in traffic. So, back off. Let them go. Forgive them. They're not thinking right. And there's nothing you can do about it. The only way to change somebody's mind is for them to change it. All you can do is present them with the information, or go, look, here's the door. Only you can open it, and only you can walk through it. It almost seems like PTSD is a hallway. You're walking through this hallway, and there's so many different doors, because there's so many different facets to this disorder. You just can't point to one. So as you're walking through these doors, you have to open them, you have to explore them, and you have to understand each one. You don't have to go in order. There's no reason why you can't, deal with, door number 1 and then jump to door number 73. It's whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you're thinking about. Remember, reality or perception is reality. So if your current perception is something about, let's say, something I did in the Air Force, I need to deal with that. Don't sit there and go, no, fuck it, I'm not dealing with that, I'm dealing with my anxiety about this situation. No, it's popping up in my head for a reason. It's coming up for a reason. It's bubbling to the surface. And so, you need to deal with that. Think about it. Ponder it. Understand it. Don't just go think about it and then dismiss it. You need to just kind of, I'm thinking about this for a reason. Maybe it has a tie for what's actually going on. You deal with both of those. You deal with the whole thing. You're working on the core problem. And I'm probably rambling. I don't know. Unscripted. What? Not like fucking all that reality TV. Yeah. How many directors do they have on that stuff? Oh. But I'm coming up on 30 minutes. What am I going to do first? No. Yeah. Sorry, it's the randomness. It's the, I don't know. I'm in a playful mood. I've got a lot of that stuff off my chest. I know I can go back and see it, read it. I'll probably go back over it later. But I don't know how many of these I'm going to post. Just whenever I'm inspired, I guess. So maybe if I can't sleep or something like that. But wow, I feel really good. Not just because of the burger. I feel a little bit more lighthearted, less anxious. Maybe one of these days, 1 week, who knows, whatever I want. So, I'm going to tell you it's, let's see, my timer is right there. Ooh, I got a dirty fingernail. I need to wash this eyeball. I don't know. Here, I'll give you the shine for the next minute and a half. I'll have to do 30 minutes, but 30 minutes is a nice round number. I don't know why. Evens, round, boobies, sleep boobies are round. There's 2 of them, so it's even. I don't know. I just like even numbers. Odd numbers are kind of like a slope. Things just kind of fall off of odd numbers. But even numbers, they're stable. I don't know. I'm just kind of weird about that. But it's interesting to think about numbers and how they relate. So associate, instead of numbers, A plus B equals C into your life. And find out what A is, find out what B is, and find out the consequences of C, and go ahead and make it happen. If the consequences are bad. So, I'm broke. I can get money by robbing a bank. Not the consequence I want. I'm broke. I can get a job. That's the consequence that I want. Money! So, alright guys, well, I'll see you on the next video, I guess. Have fun. Later.